everybody, Mike Pfeiffer with Pfeiffer Hobby Supply. This video will probably come as a shock to a lot of my customers and people that watch this channel and all of that, but the fact of the matter is that I guess I'm getting bored with the room, and what I've decided to do to rectify that is I started just goofing around with an AnyRail track plan. I am also kind of bummed out at having to get under the layout all the time to do stuff on the helix and the staging yard, and I don't know. We never have a layout that's perfect, okay? As much as probably a lot of you may comment that you thought this one was getting to the point where I was perfecting it and all that, maybe that's true, but it still had its faults. I guess what I let happen here was I let industry take over, and less of the open scenery, which is what I originally started with on the first ACT. And I just I'm tired of the layout being so cram-packed with stuff, and I want to do something about that. Plus, I just want a new adventure, so let me tell you what I'm going to do. So what I've decided to do is tear out the entire layout. I know that a lot of you just went, "Oh no," and I guess I kind of feel the same way sometimes, but it's not the first time that I've done this either. I built 10 or 15 layouts in my stint in trains, and I'm just excited to do something different, and I want to use foam underneath everything this next time. I'm going to use the Woodland Scenics 2% risers, and there's going to be a lot more elevation to the track. But I'm going to hold the track plan up here and explain a little bit to you, okay? I'm going to try anyway. I don't know how successful I am going to be at this. Let me try and hold it by the top here. Okay. This is the track plan that I've come up with. This over here is on the left-hand side of the door. You can see that the door is here, and this loop is where the coal mine is right now. It's coming out, but this is all going to be rebuilt in here, and this loop here is going to be down on the other end of the table. This yard is going to be along the front. What this is going to do is open up a bunch of space in here, and it's going to give me different elevations. And I think what I'll do is I'll just talk about it. I'll take you around with the camera and show you what's going to change, or how it's going to change, and how it's going to kind of look. But this is the basic track plan. And this elevation at the very top, right up in this area right here, is going to be, I think it's 5 or 6 inches. This elevation on this siding right here is 3 inches flat. This elevation is 5 inches flat where that siding is on the top. Single main line. Of course, you see a siding here, not as long as the other sidings, but we also have a reversing section right in here. We have a loop that loops back, and these industry areas are all just kind of generically put in here until I decide actually what I'm going to do. Let's see, down at this end, I am going to incorporate a Cato turntable. This is a Cato crossing gate. I'm going to try and incorporate those two items in. This is a Woodland Scenics, let's see, no, this is a Woodland Scenics depot here. This is the Clyde and Dale's Crate and Barrel. This is Woods Furniture, which is one of the buildings that I'm going to keep that's on the existing layout. Let me put this down because my arm is getting tired. But anyway, that's a little 4-track yard here. As you can see, there's a branch line that comes off right in here. And this branch line is going to go around like this and down through the center of the layout, or the front of the layout basically, cross under the loop and come around on the end of the table over there and dead end. This will be an interchange track here. And it'll also be a run out for all this gobbledygook going on down here. But anyway, let me put this down and try and explain to you how this is going to help me in here. And what I'm trying to do, let me put this down. What I'm trying to do here is, and some of you have visited here, and I know when you walk in, to me I feel claustrophobic in here because everything is, I've allowed everything to migrate out towards the aisleways, or towards the walkway, the manways. And what I want to do is get rid of some of that. So let me explain to you what I'm going to do then. Okay, what's going to happen here, I believe all the backdrop is going to stay up there just for aesthetic purposes, but all of this is coming out. I'm not sure. I may cut the backdrop off over there somewhere. All this is coming out. All of this here is coming out all the way to about halfway on that section over there. All that's coming out. I'm going to put shelves in here. I'm going to put some of my books. I have some good books down here. I'm going to put them out. Maybe shelving back up there to put the books on. I'm not sure. Somewhere where I can reach them. I'm going to put a few shelves in here that are going to stick out maybe 8-12 inches to put my die cast and my models. And then on top of, let me get down here. I guess you guys know, maybe you don't know, but I guess you know that this wall right here, it comes in from the garage, and underneath that on the outside is my table saw and so forth, all kinds of stuff. I can't change that wall or anything. So up on top of that, up there, the layout is gonna stop. I'll show you, but the layout's gonna stop right about there, going that way. Or, you know, the layout's gonna come from that way, make a loop, and it's gonna stop right about here. So I have a bunch of model kits that I'm collecting. They're gonna sit up here. And I'm just going to make this into kind of like a hobby room instead of just a train room. Because I have other things that I enjoy keeping as well. So the model kits will basically stack on that jut in. Oh, pardon me. That jut in over there that you see where the city is sitting now. Like I say, shelving wherever I can put it to put books and so forth on. And that shelf underneath comes it's way back here, way back there. So it'll give me more room area in here for standing and viewing and talking to people about the layout and so forth. And then, like I say, shelving and stuff up here to put whatever I intend on putting in. I'm going to redo the entire rubber floor. Under here I have a cabinet that's got my books in it. Those are going to go up on the shelf. This is my trash can, all my file cabinet, and all that will be moved. But to get back to what we were talking about, the loop that you saw in the diagram is going to take place right about here. All this in the front, this right here is about 36 inches out. So that's about 3 feet back. This will be as far out as the layout comes all the way down to this corner. Okay, like I said, about a 3-inch elevation in the middle. Track will come around, start going uphill, go around uphill, and about 5 to 6 inches in the back. Come down. There'll be that siding that you saw. It'll make a loop, come around the corner, come downhill, and anyway, you got the idea. But the helix is going. All this track under here is going. As you can see by the diagram, this will be much narrower. This will only be about 2 feet out from the wall. This is about a little over 3 feet out to this edge. So this will be back by another foot. That track will come around and be out here at about 3 feet. That crossing gate will be right in here somewhere. Come around to the woods furniture, which will be right in here somewhere. Anyways, you kind of get the idea of how this is going to lay out. And it's going to be more of a running layout and a little bit less switching, although it will have that separate branch line track that'll go down the middle of it. And like I say, I don't have any plans for buildings yet. The only thing I do know is all of these large buildings are going. I am going to stick with 50s era small buildings. Um, I don't even know what I'm going to do with the Las Cruces Depot down there. I don't know if I want to go with that down here or not. I haven't made up my mind about that stuff yet. The idea is to tear all this out, save all this stuff, and then start planning on how to lay out the new layout. I think I can use most of the existing bench work that's underneath here. All I've got to do is put the foam on it. The turnaround loop is going to be right where this loop is, along with the edge of the river. So I'm assuming that that will be almost identical in width right here. So this width right across here won't change, but it'll be deeper that way. Okay. This will actually come out a little bit, but that's okay, because if I turn around this way, the doorway is here. And like I say, that'll be gone. So there'll be about a 5-foot by 8-foot area there that's going to be open, which will allow multiple people to be in here as opposed to just maybe 2 and have to fight each other when you pass each other. And for those of you who have actually been here live and seen the layout, you know that it's not as big as what it appears to be on the video camera. So space is, personal space is kind of a problem in here. But anyway, I keep rambling and rambling. But anyway, that's about the size of it. I have tried to tell Robin that I would like to sell a lot of these structures built. I can tell you, if I do that, I'd rather hang on to them unless somebody wants to give me what I think they're worth for them. And if you don't, if somebody doesn't think they're worth what I'm going to ask for them, they can go to the junkyard. But if nothing else, I will try and save some maybe for Gavin. I don't know. I don't know where I'll go with that. But nevertheless, this mine structure I'm kind of intending on keeping. And let me swing around kind of slowly. Where the elevation is going to come up to the siding, and it's going to be about 5 inches right along there high. By the way, this track is only up about 1 inch, so another 4 inches up from that will be the upper level track that you'll see going by. But that siding will be level anyway. Off that siding, off of that passing siding, there was another siding that just goes in there, and it, like I say, it's generic. But I was hoping maybe to put the mine up in there. An idea I have down here, one idea that I would like to go back to that I had before, is it'll be elevated pretty much back up in there, about 4 to 5 inches, somewhere in that corner. And I was hoping above that, behind the track, to be able to put in cliff dwellings again. I really like the idea of the Indian cliff dwellings. Sadly enough, I'm not going to have the luxury of having space for a baseball field, so it will likely go. Most of these buildings will go. They're all going to be too big. Possibly Selena's Tavern will survive. There may be a few others that survive. But like I say, a lot are going to go. So, that being said, I know it's a sad day in Black Rock. I look at the layout and it's a sad day for me. I mean, there's a lot of stuff here that I like, and there's a lot of stuff here that I don't like. But it's just gotten too overwhelming and too cramped in here. And I just need a change. I just need something to remotivate me. And what's remotivating me is the thought of redoing the entire layout. And fitting something in that I can come out here and turn on and run trains without just junk sitting everywhere all the time. So, anyway, guys, sorry if that's bad news, but that's what's going to take place in here. Okay, gang, I know it probably comes as a shocker when you get something that's as close to being done as this is. Maybe that's my fear. I don't know. But I'm actually just getting excited about starting something new. It's by the way, I didn't mention either, but I think you probably gathered by the things that were on the diagram that this is all going to be Unitrack. I am going to make one modification this time. I haven't had a lot of issues out here with derailment problems and stuff, but as those of you who use Unitrack know, at the joints, the derail can pop up or pop down within the joiner in those sections and create a little bump there. So I don't know whether I'll do it or not, but I'm thinking that with almost all the track except for where the turnouts are, I think I'm going to solder all my joints as I go, and if I need to, I'll hack those pieces out and desolder them. If there needs to be a change, I can solder, I can unsolder. So, but that will allow me to keep those joints level all the time, and I won't have to worry about that. Plus, I won't have to worry about any conductivity issues. Not that I have out here, I have not. But I don't want to have to get 3 feet back there on an elevated track and do any kind of track work once I get that track in there. And there won't be very many modifications, if any, taking place back there. Everything that would be done, but change-wise, is going to take place on the front third of the layout here, as you can see in the diagram. So, anyway, that's just what I'm going to do. I hope that all y'all are not too disappointed in me. I hope you don't think I'm crazy. I don't think I'm crazy. I think I just want something to do. And that's the way it is. So we're going to start the ACT3. Basically the ACT3. There's been many in HO and so forth. But this will be the official ACT3. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And before I forget, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to everybody. And I hope you get all the train stuff that you wanted. And as usual, everybody, thanks for watching and thanks for your support. And I hope you enjoy starting at square one all over again. The next video will likely be starting to remove structures and remove details and so forth and boxing them up, at least temporarily. So anyway, hope you stick with me, and we'll talk to you guys later.